Okay, so this is the Acer Chromebook R11, and what I wanted to do in this video is to show what gamepads are compatible with it, because the controller support is a bit thin on a Chromebook. It's not like it is on Android where loads and loads of controllers work. So I bought out all my controllers, or most of my controllers, and I thought I'd have a go and see how good it's going to be. I've found a load of gamepad games which I'll show. I'm going to use GTA Liberty City Stories in this video, and don't worry if you're watching with kids, I'm not going to show anything that shouldn't be in there. I'm just going to be driving around, walking around, no violence, no swearing or anything like that. It's going to be all safe content, but it's a good game for testing a gamepad because it uses lots of buttons. So I've got the Ps3 Controller, DualShock 3, I've got the Xbox 360 wired controller, I've got the Steelseries Nimbus, which is the iPad Bluetooth controller, I've got the PlayStation 1 DualShock controller, I've got the 2015 Nvidia Shield controller, and I've also got the Xbox One wireless controller, but also can be used wired. And also this MTech Gamepad, which I really like as a controller because it's very much like an Xbox controller, but it's an Android Bluetooth device. So I'm going to try all of these in the video and show you which ones work. So I'm only going to use one game in this, but in future videos I'm going to show more gamepad games and basically go through and say which ones are good and also show some gameplay footage. Okay, so here's how the gameplay footage looks on my TV screen. Unfortunately on the TV screen it's a bit jerky using the HDMI out. I guess because the game uses quite a lot of resources. It actually plays perfectly well on the Chromebook. So what I'm going to do is record the footage just with a camera looking at the Chromebook screen and see how good I can get that looking. But if I drive around you'll see that it is a bit jerky if I wait for a space so I don't knock anybody over. Because that's obviously how everybody plays GTA. There you go, so it's playable. I'm looking at the TV screen at the moment, and it is perfectly playable, but it is a bit jerky, and it's not jerky if you watch it straight away on the Chromebook. There's that jump. Okay, so let's move back over to watching it directly on the screen. Okay, so which one to try first? Well, let's try one that I think is not going to work, which is the Steelseries Nimbus. Switch that on, press and hold the Bluetooth, because it will try and connect to my Apple TV. So that's now in pairing mode. So let's go into Bluetooth and see what we find. You can see the PlayStation 3 controller. I can't delete that. I connected that before, just trying it out. Oh, there we go. Look, Nimbus shows up. Connecting to Nimbus. Bluetooth device Nimbus has been paired and is now available to all users. You may remove this pairing. Okay, well I didn't expect that because this is designed for iPad, Apple TV and iPhone. So let's launch GTA. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll give it a try. Unfortunately we've got this reflection. I can't really do an awful lot about the reflection because I was trying to do it with the TV as I said before, but it will show you when I do my video on the actual proper gameplay of a lot of the videos, because no. Let's get it on the settings menu. No way. So it actually is working. I had this on my Xbox controller where it wanted, you can see it wants to go, I'm pressing right and it wants to go left. Let's just use, right, the digital buttons don't work. The right stick doesn't seem to be doing anything. So let's try and go into the settings. Okay, whatever I do, it wants to go right. Left rather. See what happens when we're in game. Okay, so up goes towards me, down goes away from me, so I'm going to have to hold the controller upside down. He's not running on his own though, is he? So if I hold it this way around, I know because left and right are the wrong way. Up and down works now, but left and right is the wrong way. all the look works. I wouldn't have expected all that sort of thing to work. The digital pad doesn't work. Let's try, so the buttons, so X is jump, Y is to get into a car. I won't do that. Stop, stop, stop. Yeah, so it's a little bit strange because down is up and up is down. I don't think you can actually change that. I mean, I wasn't expecting this one to work at all, but as you can see, a lot of the buttons are actually working, but without any control, because I don't think this will allow me to. Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that one to work anyway, so let's just switch that one off. So next one, Nvidia Shield controller, which is a proper Android controller. So you press the button and press and hold to be able to pair. So let's go back to Bluetooth. And click on that. And so if I press and hold, I think that was in pairing mode anyway. I tried this the other day and I couldn't get it to work. I'll just give it another go. Yeah, it just doesn't recognize it as a Bluetooth device, which is strange because this, I'm pretty sure this is designed to work with Android. Right, so let's leave that one because that doesn't work. So that's 2 down. Let's go for the MTech. I'm hoping this one will work because it is a proper Android device. And it also, if you can see here, it's got a gamepad and also a mouse control in one device. So if I switch that on, and we'll see if it appears here. Maybe let's turn off Bluetooth and turn it on again, see what happens. And do I have to press something? I think I might have to press and hold home. There you go. So that's in pairing mode now. Still not finding anything. Let's switch it to the mouse mode. Right, switch it off, switch it onto mouse mode, and then put it into Bluetooth pairing again. Oh, Bluetooth gamepad, here we go. Connecting to Bluetooth gamepad. Well, this might work. So it shows up as 2, which is what these MTech GenPads do. If I now go to the first one, see it shows up as 1. Now that might. Right, let's go off and on again. So it recognises it's been connected, but none of the controls are working. Let's switch it to the mouse mode. Oh, so the mouse controller works. You can see there, and I can probably select start new game. Yeah, so the A button is selecting, and I've got a mouse pointer. This is obviously not ideal, but let's just try getting into game. Oh, see that? That works. None of the. Oh, and it's actually, interestingly, it switched to touch control then. Did you see that? So let's go back, turn it off. I've turned it off. I'm turning it on again, which, so if it was an Android device, it shows up as 1 and then the joypad is working. But as you can see from this, it's not working. So unfortunately, MTech GenPad is out. So it's not looking good for Bluetooth at this stage. So let's turn on the PlayStation controller. Now I can't remember how I paired this, but you can see that I've got some weird view on the PS3 controller, and I can't. Whatever I do with the left stick, which I would have thought would have changed that. Let's just try. So I can move in and out with the digital pad. Left and right doesn't do anything. The shoulder buttons does something. Oh, that's look behind. That would be look left and right, I think, in a vehicle. And I have to hold that to be able to see ahead, but it doesn't. Something's weird about the field of view. Now, is it? It's not some sort of motion. Oh, it is. Look, the motion axis control seems to do something to it, because I'm not pressing any buttons here, but you can see it's definitely altering. So you'd have to, I don't know if you can turn off that axis. It doesn't look like you can. Start and select works alright. Okay, so it looks like the axis bit is what's messing that up. So PS3 controller, well, let's plug it in wired, because I thought that people had said that a PS3 controller worked wired. This is the official PS3 charge cable. I don't know what will happen with it already paired with Bluetooth. So that, still the same, still has this weird thing with how you're holding it, seems to change the angles. Okay, so PS3, that one's out as well. 4 down, and I've already narrowed it down a bit. Right, this is a weird bit of a curveball here. This is the PS1 DualShock controller, which obviously has this connection, which isn't going to plug into a Chromebook, but it will plug in to this. Now I've had this since not long after the PlayStation came out. It's an adapter which goes a USB-A like a printer, so we plug in a printer cable, and then on the other end we got USB-B. So let's plug that in, and then we plug the PlayStation adapter into this, and this works perfectly well with a PC, and that's what it's designed for. Works fine, looking up, looking down, running around is fine. Let's see if the analog bit's working. So walking, running, yeah, that works. Walking, running, so it is doing it in analog mode. Let's try some of the buttons. So circle is punch, X is jump, square doesn't seem to be doing anything, but that could, oh, that was trying to get into a car, wasn't it? And let's, as I said, I wasn't going to do anything, oh, let's cross the road properly, anything illegal. There we go, let's jump on that. So what was it? No, it must be square. So square jumps on the bike, and then left and right shoulder buttons, left 2, seems to be doing something, but I'm not sure. Right, so that's X is backwards, just press square, triangles forwards. Not my, wouldn't be my chosen button combo, but never mind. But yeah, that's working. So you can see I can wheelie, I can look left and look right while I'm on the bike. Yeah, so that's fine. So that is one of the weirdest ones. It seems to like older controllers. So this is the PlayStation 1 DualShock controller, but if you can still find one of these, it's a PC adapter. Whether some of the ones on eBay, the more modern ones of these, will work, I don't know. But obviously this is a decent controller, so I would be quite happy to use that. So let's unplug that one. So we've got a working pile now, consisting of 1 controller and 4 not working. This is the official Xbox One controller. There we go, and it's the newer one. It's not new at all now, with the headphone jack on it. Newer to me. And so if I plug in the worst connection in the world, micro USB, it's just vibrated, and it does nothing. Yeah, and that's trying to turn on my Xbox. So as I've read, there is no support for Xbox One controllers, so they're out. Let's put that on the pile of didn't work and get the one that I've been using. Well, I don't know if this is the best one or not now. I haven't tried the PlayStation 1 controller. I think the PlayStation 1 controller might be a bit better than this. So this is the broken Xbox 360 controller. I've just plugged it in via USB, so it's obviously a wired, or PC controller. So left and right stick, left stick. So right stick, you can see, look up, look down, look left, look right. That feels slower than the PlayStation. A is accelerate. So the buttons are different. So A is accelerate, X is backwards, and Y is to get on and off a vehicle. The little thumbsticks here, or the little digital pad, gives you different zoom modes. And that's me blowing the horn as well, pressing down. Select and start, doesn't seem to do anything. Start does, yeah. So shoulder buttons, I should be able to look. So it's the secondary shoulder buttons, not the top buttons. So you saw the actual triggers that look left and right. So I think for my purposes, I reckon that I'm probably, although, yeah, that combination of A for accelerate and also X for brake is much nicer, and I like the button to be, yeah, okay, so it is, the Xbox controller is my favoured one at the moment. Yeah, it's very responsive. It feels like it should. Ooh, and as you can see, it runs really well. Let's get some speed up here. See if I can do a nice jump somewhere. Ooh. It's actually really dark, and you'll probably, whoa, yeah, that was meant to be. It's really dark. It's actually picking it up, I think, better on the camera. Let's try and brighten it up. It's obviously a time of day thing. Yeah, but that is working fine. And as you probably saw on the footage before, it was, oh, it's really hard to see because it's so dark, it's really hard to see. And it's more that it's light in here. And I'm also a bit far away from an 11.6-inch screen. But yeah, pleased with that. So it's going to be, for now, it's going to be Xbox 360 controller to control GTA. These bikes are certainly much, they've changed the handling, haven't they, on the bikes? Oh, I was going to say you never fall off. I'm obviously wrong. But there you go. So joypads at the moment, so the ones I've had working are the original PlayStation but with that adapter, and the Xbox 360. Hope you like this video. I have got a folder on my desktop which shows you some of the apps that work with joypad, and you can see that I've got quite a few in there already. I'm going to go through and see if I can find any more, but I'm going to do a video of Gamepad games on Chromecast. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.